everybody, and welcome to Recipe Roulette, a cooking show where we
showcase our dairy-loving cat.
I thought it was have enough whiskey to make a portable sauce.
Wait. Show off our adorable mascot?
Sweat the onions like we're Richard Simmons?
No. I know.
What?
We're going to choose a recipe book, open to a page at random, and make whatever it says.
That's totally a plan. But we're going to keep everything else, right?
Of course.
Okay, Casby, you can stay. Hey everybody, and welcome to Recipe Roulette. What are we cooking tonight?
So tonight we're using the cookbook Lick the Bowl Good. It's all desserts, as you can see from the picture. And from that we chose the vanilla bean pound cake.
Pound cake. I have a weakness for that stuff.
So a sweet little anecdote from the book. The author wrote, one year I told my little brother Aaron to dream up his perfect birthday cake, and I would make it for him. I was expecting him to come back with some grandiose ideas, and he said he just wanted a vanilla cake. I created this perfectly vanilla pound cake with him in mind. Okay, so the ingredients for the pound cake, we've got 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and we always get unbleached flour, so be sure to look for that. A teaspoon of baking powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 3/4 cup of softened butter.
That's a stick and a half for everybody else.
A 1.5 cups of sugar, 2 eggs, and 1.5 teaspoon of ground up, chopped up vanilla bean. It's the last of my vanilla beans, so I'm going to be searching for some more in the next few days. And 3/4 cup of buttermilk, which we need to get from the refrigerator.
I was keeping it cold?
Exactly. That's why it's still in the refrigerator. But yes, that's there too. Okay, so let's look at putting this all together. Okay, so we've added the baking soda, baking powder, and flour, and I'm just combining them together very lightly because, you know, they're light and fluffy and like to go flying.
This is one recipe we don't have to flour the cutting board for.
This is true. The oven's set to 325, and we've got a 9 by 5 inch loaf pan here, and it's been pre-oiled, so it's plenty greased. But if you're just pulling yours out of the cupboard, if you haven't used it in a while, you should grease and flour it as well. And then I'm going to put my butter into a large mixing bowl, and started to be more melty than soft, but nothing wrong with that. And I'm going to beat it with my electric mixer. It says until it's creamy. And then gradually add my sugar. That mix ready. Use my rubber spatula to just clean off my mixers. And then put in my sugar, so gradually I'm going to beat a little bit at a time as I go. So I've already been beating for just under a minute, I would say. And we want to beat it so it's light and fluffy for about 4 minutes altogether. So just stay the course, keep your eye on it. It's a little bit of work, but it's going to make your pound cake have that light and fluffy texture that we're looking for. Okay, I think that's been 4 minutes.
All right.
So we've been here 4 minutes. Has a beautiful consistency now. And we're going to add the eggs in one at a time. I like to crack them. Oh, that's for buttermilk. I like to crack them into something else first. One, easier to get out eggshells if you need to. Also, if it happens to be spoiled, you don't want to ruin your entire recipe by a bad egg. So there's one egg, and we're going back to the mixer. Get this blended in. You don't have to stand here for another 4 minutes with it. Recipe, like the mixer, is really a very important tool. Also really glad that we finally bought a rubber spatula because that's super helpful with baking.
Wow.
Here's my second egg. Blend it again. And next comes my vanilla. And you guessed it, mix it again. Okay, so now we're going to add the dry ingredients, like a third of this, and then some of the buttermilk. Go back and forth on these for a little bit. So, flour in, about a third of that. That aside. Mix it again. All this mixing, you're getting air into it again. It's going to make your pound cake just really light. No one wants a dense pound cake. And then we're going to add start with our buttermilk. So it says it's total 3/4. We're doing half of that. So I'm gonna do full 1/4 and about 1/8. Those to the side for the next buttermilk addition. Mix it again. And the next third of the dry ingredients. Mix it again. Use my rubber spatula to get sides scraped in.
And if you need a rubber spatula, why not go to Spatula City? Spatula City! Spatula City!
You know, they make great gifts. You can always tell people, I love you, with a spatula from
Spatula City! Spatula City! Spatula City! Located on Spatula Boulevard. We only sell spatulas.
Where did I put?
The measuring cup?
Yeah,
Right there.
right there. Okay, and I'm doing another 1/4 and another half.
1/8.
Half of the 1/4.
Is it 1/8?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oops. My mixer almost fell down.
Alright. I'll take that.
Mix it again.
Mixing, 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 we're mixing, mixing, mixing. Mix, 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 mix. Only one last ingredient remains to be mixed into this before we can finally bake it.
The last part of the last ingredient.
Flour, baking soda, baking powder, all the things you need for self-rising flour. Wait, no, that's baking powder and salt. Never mind, I was talking out of my backside.
Okay, so mixing one more time. Time to transfer this into our pan.
So I've gone around, scraped down the sides of the bowl. I'm just going to keep doing that while I'm working this towards my bowl. I know it looks like I'm working it towards my hand, but I'm trying to get it to work towards the edge here. Oh, that is one gooey bit of cake batter.
Between all that butter and the buttermilk, So we're gonna top this with our homemade strawberry sauce from the strawberry sauce and pancakes episode we did a few weeks ago. So if you missed that, link's gonna be below, so give that a try. It's super yummy.
Alright. Pancake is in the pan, into the oven. How long am I setting the timer for?
70 minutes.
70 minutes. Cook time 45, 50. Oh, don't need to be an hour. 2 hours.
Not that long.
There. Hour and 10 minutes.
Perfect.
And we'll be back for the first bite.
Now what did you learn?
1, always measure your pans and know exactly what size they are. Just go look at it and go, that's good. 2, make sure when it says oil and flour that, yeah, you oil and flour. And 3, yeah, if you do those things, you won't have a fire inside the oven. And you won't end up with crumbled cake.
True.
So.
Okay, first bite.
First bite. If I could get a strawberry to stay on my fork. Oh, it's running good.
It is good. A little bit crispy. But yeah, taste is great. Perfect with the strawberry sauce.
Alright, so for next week we've got the plant-based air fryer cookbook for beginners.
Okay. Stop.
Breakfast sandwich. How the heck do you cook a breakfast sandwich in an air fryer?
I guess we'll find out
Okay.
next week on Recipe Roulette. We'll see you then.
Peace. Alright, so the guy who invented cake, like the idea of like, you know, taking and mixing up all this yummy stuff and then putting it in the oven, he had to have originally had cake batter before he had the idea to bake it. And there had to be a bunch of people out there like, what are you doing? You're ruining it. The batter's the best part. Honestly. Now, understand this does have eggs in it, which eating raw eggs is a health risk, but I'm willing to do it myself because we get farm fresh eggs from the farmer's market and the co-op. So I'm willing to do it.